everybody. Happy Saturday night. I am a little short, so before we get to the radar and everything, give me 1 second, okay? I'm gonna put you guys on hold. I just need to fix this camera angle real quick. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, that is a little bit better. All right, welcome back, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll be talking about the weather for tonight, for tomorrow, for the next couple of days through the 4th of July, in addition to some rain out there. Matter of fact, let's start on that because for a select few on the south side of San Antonio is some much-needed rainfall, and especially west between Uvalde, Frio County, Real County, Rock Springs, Valverde, Del Rio, the Rio Grande. That's where some rain is coming down. So let's actually chat about it. So zooming into San Antonio, it's very isolated, and most of SA is dry, if not partly cloudy. But you'll see as we zoom in between Somerset, I-35, 281, and just east of Lytle is a pretty strong downpour. Now, this is not severe. However, you can see the red on radar. That's indicative of some pretty strong rainfall rates. Now, it's raining in Somerset as we speak. And if you are watching from Somerset, let me know. And feel free to send in some pictures or some video because that'd be nice to feature on tonight's forecast at 10 p.m. A lot of folks are not seeing rain right now. It's mainly between Somerset and Poteet, between northern Atascosa County and southwestern Bexar County. Elmendorf is dry. Southern Bexar County is dry, but Somerset, between basically Texas 16, Bandera Road, the outskirts of 1604, and between there and Somerset is where this downpour is really coming down. Now, Lytle, it is dry. However, this storm kind of has that west-northwest movement. It's drifting farther north, so we'll actually put on the loop right now. We'll show you kind of the storm movement. Again, this is not severe, maybe a crack of thunder, but that is it. This is not generating any hail. I mean, it may have been around, let's say, the 7:58 p.m. hour right there in a very rural area of northern Atascosa County. You can see that pink shade. That's indicative of a very large updraft, but that has since fallen apart and collapsed in on itself. So bottom line, this just looks like some much needed rain for Somerset, for Poteet, and between Somerset and Lytle, just down I-35. So let's actually go west and show you some more activity. If you're watching from central and northern San Antonio, it's dry. And fun fact, if you look very closely right here, just south of Canyon Lake and northwest of Garden Ridge and west of 35, there are bat caves just in northeastern portions of Bexar County towards Comal County. And on radar, especially this time of night, at 7:30, 8:30 at night, those bats actually, escape from the cave, and then we pick them up on radar. So right there, you can see at about 7:45 tonight, between Garden Ridge and 281, you can see that yellow. That's actually bats flying out of their cave. So that is not rain. At this hour, as we stop the clock at 8:25, it's actually 8:27. If you're just joining us, south of Von Army and east of Lytle, that's where the radar is a little busy. It's a very rogue and isolated downpour, but it is not severe. And from what I see, it is generating some lightning. So you can see that's lightning tracker right there. And despite lots of lightning, it is not severe. This is going to be a really good downpour moving through Somerset, portions of I-35 between Von Army and Lytle. Now the thing is, these showers and storms that do light up towards the late evening and around sunset, they don't have a lot of upper level support. So you can see as they drift farther northwest on this last loop of 3 hours, it'll start to move towards Lytle and probably towards the southwestern tip of Bexar County through about 8:30 and 9 p.m. tonight. So for the next half hour or so, southwestern San Antonio has a decent chance at a good downpour. But basically what I'm saying is after sunset, we lose daytime heat and we're not going to see any more rain after about 9:30. A lot of this will collapse in on itself, and we're looking at mostly cloudy skies and quiet conditions. However, different story out west. Brackettville, oh my gosh, they are lighting up on radar south of Camp Wood. Let's stop the clock, and we have lightning tracker on. If you're watching from Uvalde, Sabinal, anywhere across Uvalde County and south of Utopia and north of La Pryor, that's where downpours are pretty scattered to numerous, right? So between Brackettville and let's say northern portions of Maverick County, that's where it's pretty heavy. From what I see, nothing severe, nothing has been issued from the Weather Service, so this is just some good, beneficial, much-needed rainfall. But at this hour, as of 8:29 p.m., just before the 8:30 hour, downpours are pretty widespread just east of Del Rio and north of Eagle Pass and pretty much around Eagle Pass. Matter of fact, as you zoom in into Eagle Pass, it's dry inside the city, but around the city itself, it's all thunder and lightning, and downpours are going to continue to move their way farther east in that area of Maverick County and Highway 57. Will San Antonio get a good downpour? If you're on the south side, southwest side, you're probably the only area that's going to see this rain. Anywhere inside the 1604 loop, to the north side, to the east side of SA, it is going to be very quiet, and this is the only downpour we have that is moving towards Lytle in the next 15 minutes to half hour. Von Army probably going to get on some of this action. Castroville, anywhere along Highway 90, this cell, non-severe, is moving towards the north and northwest. But once again, to reiterate this, with the loss of daytime heating after sunset, these showers, these storms are going to weaken a lot. They're going to slowly dissipate and eventually collapse in on themselves. So while Von Army, Somerset, Lytle, and even Castroville may see a brief downpour, most of us will not. And two, this downpour itself will begin to really collapse in on itself and just fizzle out really the next hour or so. So tonight's forecast for most of San Antonio, we stay partly cloudy, mostly clear. I've kept that small chance at an isolated shower, but you'll see mid-80s on the forecast through 11 p.m. and midnight. Otherwise, a breezy southeast wind, 15 miles an hour at times, and mostly quiet conditions. Now, at 11:30 tonight, there is a chance at some of these downpours out near Del Rio and Eagle Pass, Maverick County, the Rio Grande region. Some of them may drift farther east towards I-35. So between Laredo, Carrizo Springs, Pearsall, Cotulla, some of those communities, mainly and mostly southwest of San Antonio and Bexar County, will have a better chance at seeing more scattered downpours through 11 p.m. tonight. Most of this will collapse and weaken again after sunset, and it looks like by midnight, most of it fizzles out. And by tomorrow morning for your Sunday, we are quiet. It is mostly cloudy, middle 70s, mild and breezy. And then tomorrow afternoon, we almost lose our rain chance as temperatures climb and climb to the middle to upper 90s and pretty much near 100 degrees once again by tomorrow. So prepare for another hot day in store for Sunday. Same thing for 4th of July. It's going to be crazy hot, and it's because of this right here. The heat high continues to really build in, strengthen, and it remains our main player in the weather department. Not much changes in the extended forecast because of that right there. The heat high sets up shop, and it basically strengthens overhead through Thursday, through Friday, and ultimately into next weekend as we get into the first week of July. So get ready. It is summertime. Some people saying clouded ground lightning in southern San Antonio. Grace asks, are we getting storms overnight in San Antonio? So if you're on the south side of San Antonio, better chance at some late evening showers and storms. If you're on the north side, if you're between the Rim, Chavano Park, Stone Oak, Schertz, Converse, northeast Bexar County, you're not going to get in on any of this rain. You can see as I zoom in, that is where the rain is most widespread, right there. And I'll show you as I zoom in onto this map. What you're seeing right here in New Braunfels, Schertz, east of Timberwood Park, that's all clutter. If anything, that's some drizzle. That's about it. But the heaviest and more measurable rainfall is moving through Somerset at this hour. Moving through Lytle, it's going to be just to the south of Von Army. Moving in from Poteet, northern Atascosa County to southwestern Bexar County. How much will hit Devine? Let's find out. So I'll show you Devine. So it looks like Devine is actually going to miss out on this, unfortunately. So a lot of folks are watching from Devine, Texas, just southwest of Lytle. And you'll see this particular downpour has a northwest jog. It's going to move towards Castroville and Highway 90, meaning if you're watching from Devine, you're going to miss out, unfortunately, on this shower and this isolated storm. Now, this particular cell, it's producing some lightning, and I'll stop the clock and show you what the radar is looking at 8:35 p.m. tonight. Let's turn on lightning tracker because it is producing some thunder and lightning. And you'll see south of Von Army, south of Castroville, that's where a small portion of San Antonio is lucky enough to get in on some much needed rain. And this is a good spot because the farther south you go into Bexar County, the worse the drought gets. As a matter of fact, this part of San Antonio is under exceptional drought, the worst kind of drought. So this is much needed. So despite San Antonio as a whole not getting in on the action, these are false returns, maybe a light sprinkle in west of 35. But the main action, this rogue downpour, this isolated storm, non-severe, it is in southwestern Bexar County, moving towards Lytle, Von Army, 35 towards Highway 90 in Castroville. And again, if you're watching from Devine, anywhere southwest of Lytle, you are going to miss out on this action. Lytle, you're probably going to get a good downpour in the next 15 minutes, if not earlier, because you can see this is a pretty heavy signature on radar, of which may be producing some hail. So let's actually dissect this. I know a lot of folks are not seeing rain, but if you're watching from Somerset, Atascosa County, from Lytle, you may be getting in on some action. So let's turn off lightning. Let's turn off sweeping radar. So I'm going to toggle that off so you can see where it's pretty heavy south of 35. So turn that off. Let's turn on hail. And this particular cell is producing very small hail. So you'll see west of Somerset, south of Atascosa, and east of Lytle. Pretty much on the borderline of Atascosa County and Bexar County. There is one rural area in this very rogue thunderstorm that is generating hail up to about a ½ inch of size. So that's less than a quarter. This is not considered severe. Hail is considered severe when it reaches 1 inch diameter or quarter size. So this is pea-sized hail. This is very small in diameter and circumference. But regardless, if you're watching from Lytle, and if you know anyone driving on 35 in this region right here, you may want to, let them know. It's probably going to be raining really hard right there. Matter of fact, let's take off hail and turn back on sweeping radar and show you the activity we're seeing right now. And you can see the precipitation rates up to about 1 inch to 1.5 inches per hour. So that is where it is raining pretty hard right now between Somerset and portions of southwestern Bexar County. So let's actually do something real quick. Give me a second, everybody. Let's share this real quick. And let's share this to my Facebook page. There we go. Perfect, perfect. So again, if you're just joining us, guys, it is 8:37 on this Saturday night. We're keeping a close eye on radar. This is the only active area we're seeing specifically in San Antonio. If you're watching from anywhere in downtown, on the west side, if you're watching from Stone Oak, you are dry. Everywhere in Bexar County, it's pretty much dry with the exception of this spot in southwestern, deep southwestern San Antonio. So I'm going to zoom out and show you kind of where it looks. Majority of San Antonio, dry, partly cloudy, just hot. But if you zoom in to the southwestern tip of Bexar County, between Somerset, Bandera, and 35, that's where rain is either moderate to heavy, and you'll see on this particular radar signature and the latest sweep on radar, just south of 35 is where it is heaviest, south of Atascosa and east of Lytle. And Somerset's still getting in on some action. So if you're watching from Somerset, if you have friends or family in Somerset, feel free to send me video or pictures because that would be great to get an idea of what's happening. The only hail that is out there, it is non-severe, it's very small, south of 35 in this particular area of the thunderstorm where it's pink. That's where hail of about ½ inch is falling, and that is not severe. That's about pea-sized hail. That's less than a quarter size. And again, this is in a very rural part of northern Atascosa County and extremely southwestern parts of Bexar County. But again, this is going to cross over to the northwest, cross over 35, and move towards Lytle, where Lytle could get in on some light to moderate, maybe some heavy rain. but this particular cell has that jog to the northwest where it'll move kind of in this direction, crossing 35 by about 8:45 to 9 p.m. tonight. And most of this, we've talked about this, it's really going to collapse in on itself. I mean, there's no upper level support. This is driven, this storm, this rogue isolated cell is driven by daytime heat. Sunset is sunset was about 2 minutes ago. So after sunset, these showers and storms, they lose their strength, they lose their oomph. So as the storm crosses 35, yes, it'll generate some very isolated hail, some heavy rain, and even some thunder and lightning. However, as it crosses 35, it'll weaken a lot as it slowly approaches Castroville. So there's a good chance, if you're watching from Castroville, this may not even make it towards you. It will probably collapse in somewhere south of 90 and east of Pearson, pretty much between Medina County and Bexar County. However, if you're watching from Castroville, cross your fingers because you may get in on a light to moderate downpour around 9:30 tonight. If this cell can survive a distance of 10 miles. Now again, with the loss of daytime heat, these storms typically collapse in on themselves very quickly. We'll watch it very closely, but right now it's mainly southwestern San Antonio between Somerset, light on I-35, where they're cashing in on some good and much needed rain. All right, so switching gears out west, Brackettville getting in some action. You can see as I stop the clocks northwest of Uvalde, south of Camp Wood and east of Del Rio. That's where this is non-severe, but it is producing some lightning. We'll actually turn on lightning tracker right there. So a good amount of lightning between Sabinal, Utopia, and Brackettville. Del Rio's dry. Most of Valverde is dry as well. And Eagle Pass getting in on some good action right now as of 8:40 on this Saturday night. Rogue downpour moving closer to Carrizo Springs, so heads up for Carrizo Springs. This isolated downpour is moving towards you in the next 20 minutes or so, probably going to cross over Highway 83 and towards Crystal City and Big Wells. But once again, these storms are driven by the heating of the day. So while it looks strong right now, as I take off lightning tracker, has pretty good signatures on radar, it's likely to weaken a lot as it travels 5, 10, 15 miles to the east, northeast towards Carrizo Springs and Crystal City. Otherwise, a quiet night in San Antonio expected. If you're heading out this evening, if you have evening plans, late night plans, aside from that isolated downpour and storm on the southwestern side of Bexar County, we're looking at clear conditions, middle 80s, partly to mostly clear, and only isolated activity through 10 and 11 p.m. We're cooling down by midnight at 83 degrees. So let's walk you through future radar. It is going to be mainly to the south and west of San Antonio that sees any action overnight. And after midnight, it quiets down. By tomorrow morning, sunrise, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, and a lot of the cloud cover will burn off just like it did this morning. And we're looking at a hot day in store for tomorrow. Now, this forecast model says maybe 97 to 98 tomorrow. We're most likely going to be around 99 to 100. The heat cranks up. The chance at rain goes down for tomorrow for the day before 4th of July. And here's what to expect. The extended forecast, we stay quiet. The ridge of high pressure reigns supreme, and it moves east towards Tuesday, but watch what happens by midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, the first week of July. It expands, it strengthens, and you know what that means. As long as that big blue H is in control of our upper level pattern, this is what happens. Above average heat, temperatures maxing out near 100 degrees for the next 6 to 10 days. So if you have any vacation plans coming up, if you're traveling anywhere across the state by late next week, next weekend, and even beyond that, as long as this ridge of high pressure stays in control, we're not going to see much in the way of rain. We may see some of those sea breeze showers get going or those isolated storms in the late evening hours, but otherwise it's heat that is the main player in our forecast, and the chance at rain backs off as well. So let's chat about tomorrow's forecast. If you have plans outdoors, if you're going to the river, if you're going to the beach, if you're driving out to Corpus Christi, if you're going to the pool, whatever you're doing, if you're grilling outside, be careful. 99 to 98 for tomorrow's forecast. Morning clouds giving way to wall-to-wall sunshine. The UV index is going to be up to extreme. Heads up there. 11 is what we're going to max out on the UV index, meaning it's only going to take 20 to 30 minutes, if not less than that, to burn your skin, for the sun to burn your skin if you don't apply sunscreen. So if you're going outside for tomorrow for a long amount of time, be careful, drink water, take breaks, find shade, and of course, use plenty of sunscreen. Days are getting a little shorter. That's not saying much because it is still the longest time of year in regarding sunset and sunrise. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 6:38 a.m., and sundown will be around 8:38 p.m. tomorrow night. Very similar to what the times were today. A lot of sunshine, 98 degrees for tomorrow. Now, if you have plans on the 4th of July, the Independence Day forecast looks very similar. Pretty much rinse and repeat for Monday's forecast. It's going to be hot. Morning clouds giving way to a lot of sunshine. Now, on Monday, sundown will be around 8:37 to 8:38 at night. And something to keep in mind, the chance at rain goes down. The heat cranks up, so around 100 degrees for the next few days. That's through the 4th of July. But on tomorrow night and Monday evening and Tuesday evening, if you're lighting fireworks, if you're going out with the family, if you're doing something outdoors that involves fireworks, please be careful because of this right here. It is going to be breezy. Winds will be up to about 20 to 25 miles an hour at times. Now, that is not windy. However, with an occasional gust near 25 miles an hour, near 30 miles an hour, and when you combine this dry pattern in place, and plus the exceptional to extreme drought in San Antonio, it is a terrible, terrible combination. Because with winds moving that fast, again, 20 to 25 miles an hour, sometimes an occasional gust, Monday evening for 4th of July, plus drought, fires that spark off will spread quickly. Embers will jump from place to place, and with drought in place as well, exceptional to extreme, it is not going to take much for us to see fires and dangerous fire weather for the 4th of July and pretty much all next week and tomorrow as well. All right, so shifting gears real quickly, it is hurricane season. There are a couple of systems out there, none of which are a threat to the Gulf of Mexico. We have Tropical Storm Bonnie, which is about to reemerge into the Pacific Ocean, just off of Central America. We have newly formed Tropical Storm Colin off the Carolinas. Again, neither of these are expected to be full-blown hurricanes. However, there is a tropical wave in the Caribbean Sea just south of Hispaniola and the Dominican Republic and west of the Antilles Islands, pretty much in the Central Caribbean Sea, has a small chance of development. So if that were named, let's actually see what's going on. So I haven't crossed off Bonnie and Colin yet, but the next name on the list is Danielle. So hurricane season continues to march on. Remember, hurricane season goes through November 30th. That is the last day of hurricane season. So far, we're 3 names in. We've had Alex, Bonnie, and Colin. Once again, none of which are a threat to the Gulf of Mexico, but Danielle is the next name on the list. And we'll see if we get Danielle in the next coming days in the Caribbean Sea. All right, 7-day forecast shows a hot warming trend as we approach the first week of July. On Monday for the 4th, 99 degrees, 100 on Tuesday, 100 on Wednesday, 100 on Thursday. Not much change in the extended forecast as we prepare to continue to endure this hot weather pattern here in San Antonio, here in South Texas. I wish something would change. Wish we would get a cold front, but we are not looking at seeing any significant chance at rain in the forecast after tonight. It's called summer, Rebecca. I get it. I get it. Seattle is beautiful this time of year. I wish I was in Seattle. Matter of fact, let's actually take a look at national temperatures. I am curious. What is the temperature in Seattle at this hour? It's probably like in the mid-60s, mid-70s if I had to guess. The Pacific Northwest, even in the summertime compared to Texas, it is mild. All right, national temperatures. So this frontal boundary should not be on there. So let me delete that real quick. Bear with me, everybody. So let's delete that, save that. So in Portland, it's 71, which means highs were in the 70s today. That's nice. 104 at 9 o'clock at night in Phoenix, 101 in Las Vegas. Desert-like southwestern heat right there. That is desert-like heat, dry heat, as opposed to our humid heat here in San Antonio. All right, that's it for a look at national. Let's take a look at one more time the 7-day forecast. It is going to be a hot one. After tonight, the chance of rain backs off. It trends down, and we are continuing to see heat crank up. Each day pretty much gets hotter than the last. So through the 4th of July, about 100 degrees, 100 to a 101 on Wednesday and Thursday, and then we crank things up by next Friday and next weekend. Few clouds, temperatures well above 100 degrees this time of year. Okay, so let's actually show you this. So guys, so today we hit 101. That was the official high at San Antonio International. Morning low was 78. That's well above average, and we were still well away from the record. You can see right here, the records on this day in history. Back in 1894, wow. On this day in history in 1894, 106 was the official high. 1924, 64 was the morning low. Now we hit 101, so despite it not being a record, it was very hot, and this makes it the 24th day so far this year for the year 2022. We've hit triple-digit heat, 100 degrees or greater. Now, if you're wondering why we're keeping count, well, it's only the beginning of summer. Summer started about a couple weeks ago on June 21st, and we're already at 24 days. We started hitting triple digits in May, I believe. So we had a head start on this crazy heat, this roller coaster of a year it's been for 2022. Now, you'll notice those numbers to the right. Those are the numbers that are reflecting the years that saw the most triple-digit heat. So the numbers you're seeing right there on 2009, in the year of 2009, on that year, San Antonio hit 100 degrees or greater or hotter 59 times total. Back in 2011, San Antonio hit 100 degrees or more 57 times. That's second place. Back in 2013, the city hit 100 degrees or more 41 times. Now you'll see 2022 is not in the top 5. I don't even think we're in the top 10 yet. But the fact that we are still in the early stages of summer, it's only July 2nd. We typically hit 100 degrees through July, through August, and even into portions of early September. So we basically have 2 full months left of some summer heat that we could likely, if not possibly, get up to 45, maybe 50 days. I mean, the thing is, we've been so hot. May was the warmest on record for San Antonio. It was the warmest June on record for the city, and July may be trending in the same direction. So if we even hit 20 more days, that's less than a month's time of triple-digit heat or more. That'll go down as the third hottest year. I mean, when you're talking about number of days at 100 degrees or more. So we're at 24. If we beat 41, we'll be at third place. If we beat 57, second place. But you can see first place. That is the winner, right? 2009. Back on that year, we had 100 degrees or more 59 times. We are at 24 so far for the city, and it's only July 2nd. Wow. All right, one more time, guys. Here's the 7-day forecast as it pops up right there. If you have plans outdoors tomorrow, be safe, use caution, take breaks, drink plenty of water, find shade, hydrate, rehydrate, anything you can do to stay cool. Find different ways to stay cool. Find a pool. Go inside, take breaks indoors, go to the lake, go to the river, go to the beach. Please be careful. Drink responsibly. Monday for 4th of July, it's 99 to 100, and it gets hotter Tuesday through Thursday, and then hotter Friday and next weekend. And you'll see, aside from tonight and on our isolated activity, we'll show you the radar one more time. Let's show you where the radar, so you can see there is that lone downpour west of Castroville that just popped up, but the activity we're monitoring very closely in the last 15 minutes is now falling apart. So Somerset, while you're getting in on some light to moderate rain, this particular downpour is falling apart. You saw on radar earlier, I mean, it was strong, it pulsed, but the lack of daytime heating, after sunset, we lose the heating of the day and temperatures cool off slowly, and that's what helps collapse these thunderstorms. With that being said, west of Castroville along Highway 90, a rogue downpour that is going to move to the north and northwest away from Castroville. So if you're watching from Castroville or in this area along Highway 90 west of San Antonio, you may be seeing some lightning in the sky in your western sky, but that's going to move farther north into very rural parts of Medina County. So that is the latest on radar. This is most likely clutter. If you're watching from St. Hedwig, this is probably light rain at best, but most likely just clutter on the radar. And activity is more widespread north of Uvalde and around Brackettville, and pretty much from Maverick County towards the northern mountains of Mexico, west of Eagle Pass. And we were watching a cell from Carrizo Springs earlier, but that's now falling apart. So likely for Carrizo Springs, maybe some light rain at best. We'll continue to monitor this activity for the next couple hours, but otherwise we stay pretty quiet here in San Antonio. Most activity will remain scattered in our western counties. From Del Rio to Eagle Pass to Uvalde and north of Carrizo Springs is where the coverage of rain will be more scattered tonight. In San Antonio, we are mostly dry with the exceptions of areas around Castroville and around Somerset. All right, so let's end off on the 7-day forecast, guys. Here it is, and you can see, there we go. Perfect, perfect. Enjoy a beautiful but hot holiday weekend. After tonight, the rain chance really dwindles. It backs off. Tomorrow, 99. The 4th of July will be similar. And thankfully, the winds will be moving tomorrow and for the 4th. They'll be from the southeast, so there'll be a humid wind. However, at least they're moving between 15 and 25 miles an hour both days, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. That'll keep the air moving, some circulation. Air temperatures near 100, but the winds will at least be moving around, keeping it moving. So by 100 Thursday, 101 on Friday, and 101 on Saturday. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. If you have any other questions, let me know. Feel free to shoot me a message on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Any way you can contact me, I'll be here for the next couple hours. We'll be on at 10 p.m. tonight here on KENS 5, so tune in then for the latest on local news, weather, and sports, and the latest on the forecast. From pretty much what I just gave you now, we'll give it at 10 p.m. tonight here on KENS 5. Otherwise, make it a great evening. Be safe. If you're going out tomorrow afternoon for any 4th of July shenanigans, please be careful. It is going to be dangerously hot, 100 degrees for the next 7 days, and that does include the 4th. Find shade, drink plenty of water, hydrate and rehydrate for tomorrow and for Monday. Be careful, check on your neighbors, check on your friends, and check on your family as we continue to endure this hot holiday weekend here in San Antonio and here in South Texas. For now, we'll say goodbye. We'll keep it on the 7-day forecast for a little longer, guys. Otherwise, be safe tonight, and we'll see you next time here on Facebook Live and on YouTube and on social media. Again, we'll be on live at KENS 5 at 10 p.m. tonight for an hour. We'll see you then. Here is the last look at the 7-day forecast.